Oh my God. Did you hear?
Hey guys, it's your host, Lorraine.com.
That's Gus.
And this is PIC. How are you, Gus, today? How was your weekend?
Ay, pues mira, aquí ando.
Are
Aquí
you feeling
andamos.
okay? You don't look okay. Should we take you to the hospital?
I don't look okay.
Says me, the one that's... Guys,
No,
our
aquí
morning started a little rough, but we're here. And we're doing good.
Aquí andamos.
Sí,
Claro
sí,
que sí.
sí. Se me anda desmayando el Gus porque anda muy crudo de... I don't know what you were doing last night, but...
Andaba de fiesta en fiesta.
You're kidding. Judge.
I'm
Okay,
tired of
listen.
having you here hungover. What about you, PAC? How are you feeling? I know we did spend... we were together last night, so...
I'm okay. Siento así como que traigo la espalda partida a la mitad. We went to a concert last night and the seats weren't the best.
Yeah, besides the fact that, okay, I understand we got like the nosebleeders.
But tell them how the seats were. Sentados bien
Like
derechitos.
this. Like literally, I had to be like this. Or like this. Yo me tenía que salir así, estaba like on the side of the stairs. Y luego las chairs así. Y luego, si me quería sentar derecho, the other person was like right here and their head was right here. Y yo, sorry.
I'm not afraid.
Les podías hacer piojito from where you were.
Escucha la café show.
I imagine. No, actually, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yes.
It was, I've seen him already a couple of times in concert. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, you know. Y aparte estaba bien cansada. I don't know why. I guess I worked early and the day caught on to me. So I still had a really good time.
I'm glad. And you even got to lock eyes with people.
Weird people. Yeah. People have already warned me, Lorraine, you need to stop making too many friends. Just kidding. But the guy was like, what did he say? He's hey, we locked eyes yesterday at the concert.
He sent you a message?
Dude, yeah.
That's creepy.
Dude, that's creepy. Well, I mean, it is creepy, but
Yeah, I mean, si me va a dar algo, si me va a dar traca,
I
pues,
understand the cost of being famous.
I'm down, babe.
Just kidding. Cuéntanos tu historia. ¿Qué hiciste? Andabas poniendo ya tu address en el offer up.
Oh my God, yes. Sorry. I was making some sales and my address was posted for the last 2 months and I didn't even know.
She's got a peeping Tom now.
So much for PIC. Putting my address out there so you can show up.
It's been changed, so don't try to go to offer up and see if you see any addresses because it's been taken care of.
It's been taken care of. Todo bien.
Right.
Facebook market too.
She's not telling them. I was there too, guys. Yeah, but if anybody wants to buy a carriola for a baby, I got it for $25. Post a picture here. On sale. I know. Bueno, guys, actually, so we had a subscriber, one of our crew members, write into us, and I'm actually like, I'm happy that they did, right? Because obviously this gives us the momentum that we need. However,
let's hear the story.
So the topic is, I sucked a random person's dick to get my boyfriend back. I was desperate to get my boyfriend back. At this point, I would have done anything. So I did the unimaginable. My name is Bianca. I feel free to share the story now because I would hate for someone who's been in such a vulnerable position as me to go through something similar. Also understand now that I was a victim. My then friend suggested that I see a shaman.
Eso.
Well, you know, in instances where obviously you guys know what a shaman is, right? It's como un brujo,
¿no?
Or something that does that kind of witchcraft. No, eso. Sí.
I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness, El Duderino, if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
To make a long story short, this shaman promised me that I would have my man back in no time. On the list of tasks I had to do was to go down on this shaman. Initially, I was confused, but also very desperate. So I did what I thought had to be done. He would conjure my ex's mind and essence, and he'd feel what the shaman was feeling, including all the love, quote unquote, I had for him. Not only was I performing sexual acts on this man, but I was also paying him big money to do so.
But hey, that's what you pay me for.
Needless to say, I never got my ex back. I lost a lot of money and I realized I had been taken advantage of. My advice is be smart. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, especially when they see you in such a vulnerable state of mind. Don't be stupid like I was.
Wow.
No,
That was a lot to take in.
Uh-huh.
For anything, we have to acknowledge that she's a victim. She was a victim.
Of stupidity.
Oh, pendejismo.
Well, okay.
Oye, sí es cierto. Y no fue así como que más
Ajá,
como, like, was it that or was it more of it? You know what I mean? Like, was it actual penetration type of thing? Or,
I know, actually.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
she doesn't say,
Mhm.
but she does mention, I'm assuming she's pretty open, so she does mention that it was more than once. And my question is like, at what time, at what point do you realize like, this isn't right?
Apparently after the second or third time. Apparently.
Well, I mean, I feel she's being pretty open here. So it's not like, you know, and the thing is that uno como que tiene la mente consciente. Ay, sí. I would like to think that I wouldn't go down that road.
I think like she
I mean-
mentioned, it was a vulnerable state.
You know, like, how desperate do you have to be?
No, güey, pero no, que no mames.
Y se quedó
Ah,
hasta-
no, sí, mamó.
Oye, se quedó hasta con el
Y lo-
cambio.
Are you sure the story is not about you?
And it happened. She was really like,
Like she really believed
yeah,
she was
really thought that this
it was gonna lead her to get her man back.
right.
And people around her weren't like,
And
"Oh,
as a
are
matter
you
of
doing
fact,
that?" Or-
I'm reaching out right now. I'm calling out brujos or brujas to see if maybe that is even a possibility. Because I can understand energy work and calling people with energy.
Like you're still trying to do research to see.
But a lo mejor he was a scam artist.
Maybe I should do it and then like I'll
This was
No,
scam
dude,
prostitution
that's
or something.
definitely a scam. Like there is no
Aparte, you'll have your man in no days. Pues para acabarla, ni man se quedó con, ni
Nunca
con man
regresó.
acabó. Now you're deep in thousands of dollars and no man.
thousands?
Thousands.
they do charge a lot. And then the
Anyway.
tip on top. No.
No, pues se le metió más que la
No
tip.
pun. That's what he said.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
no.
But it's just okay. But then also this whole brujeria thing. Like, what do you guys think about it? Like, are you believers?
Yo sí creo en brujería.
I mean, yes, until a certain point. I mean, for example, for this
Oh, sí.
situation,
This
For the
situation, no, like at all.
for
Like
them- for
scam
him-
all over it.
yeah, for him saying like, if you like go down on me, like he's gonna feel this. Like, come on.
That's that. Like, you know that you don't believe it in that sense, but you do
Right.
believe in
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
brujeria.
yeah. Brujería itself, yes.
What's I imagine he's like, you know what I mean? Y después el novio, me vine.
You're like, oh my God, I felt something weird happen to me.
Ajá.
Just
So
tell
she
me the
gave
story.
she gave listeners and viewers advice not to
Oh,
fall
yes,
for it.
not to fall for it. I guess, it's one of those things where it sucks because we know that she was probably in a vulnerable position. And so she really did get taken advantage of. And then it also depends like how long ago this was. And then the fact that now you're coming forward and actually being able to talk about it and know that obviously that was,
Right.
not
A scam.
yeah, but it's still hard to believe that I mean, could somebody actually be in such a vulnerable state to
Yes.
believe? Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
She's like, yes, I did it.
It was me. No way, honestly, like, okay, I do feel like legitimate. She was believing that it was gonna. She said it at this point. Anything would go. Like I was willing to do anything to get that man back.
and the thing is, like, I believe in brujeria too, or whatever it is, trabajos and all that stuff, right? But also, like, I was thinking last time, have you ever thought of like you go to one of these people and you say, I think somebody has something on me. Are they ever gonna say no? You don't.
Right, because
Like,
they're trying to make money.
Because
off
I
of
feel
you.
like they already know that the people that are walking through their door
right.
are
Didn't you
vulnerable
go
people.
to one of these places?
I usually go to like
Usually?
botanicas. Not anymore.
Shout
Because
out
I
to
like to-
Botanica.
Ana Alameda.
No, they're not sponsoring us.
And actually, I used to have a life coach.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience? About like going to the Botanica, and a little bit about your life coach, but more about the Botanica.
See, okay. Well, let me start off. It was 1999.
I know, man.
Just kidding. Actually, I started seeing this life coach. My life coach did do energy work.
Energy work. Yeah.
Yes, or
By life-
she did do.
By life coach, you mean like she was like coaching your life type of thing?
She would help me a lot.
Or-
Actually, she's the one that helped me bring about my business. So she's the one that gave me like put it into my head and said, "Hey, like, you're capable. You're already doing it for somebody else. Why can't you do it for yourself?" So she helped me realize that I do have the potential when I doubted myself, So she's really helped me grow. I don't see her anymore because she moved away and I just haven't had the need to like
Did she make you?
now I need to go to therapy because of the life coach.
Did you have to go down on her also?
What was your form of payment?
Depende.
Did she tell you you have to go down on me for your
Y
business
lo,
to kick off?
¿aceptan algo?
She's like,
Then you turn around like that.
Ass or grass?
She's like, I'd rather grass, thank you.
We would do like magic work, I guess you can call it. So we would do like candles and stuff like that. Honestly,
I would draw a circle on the floor.
with the star. Wait. No, dude, no. I feel honestly from the bottom of my heart, since I do really believe in it, I would do everything with intention. So when I would get those candles, I would say my prayers. I would say, o sea, siempre era así, very spiritual for me. It's almost like a religion, to be honest, very spiritual. And so, I started progressing, doing better, and it started diminishing. So it was less. Then she left. And then I started missing the candle work. And I was like, well, where can I find candles? Obviously I didn't want to pay like
Walmart?
This is true. This is true. You're not wrong. Es más,
Amazon,
hasta el
what do you
Dollar
mean?
Tree tiene.
Uh-huh. What was she selling you the candles?
Yes.
Yes.
For how much?
I would pay anywhere from like $60 to $100.
For a candle.
It was candles.
It was 30 candles, one per day, no? Algo así.
Sí, But it was just different. It was different. Everything was intentional. So then, because I missed, the thing is, it was more of a comfort thing for me. Like the candle, me setting time apart to meditate, say my prayers and stuff like that. Whereas La Botanica was intense, let me tell you.
When we went to the Botanica, there was a line of people sitting, like there were some chairs y todo, like a waiting area. Y entraban y todo, y a un cuartito y todo.
Les hacían su trabajito.
I guess. And like when
¿De qué trabajito? No sé.
pues estarían así.
Y luego, ¡ay, es un milagro!
Ay, estoy embarazada.
El Espíritu Santo.
¡Qué estúpida!
No. But I always imagine like I have done this once, only once in my life. I've gone with someone que me leyera las cartas.
Okay. Well, you say you have a friend, no?
Huh?
Do you have a friend?
No,
Or
fuck that
who?
bitch.
Ah,
If you're
who was
watching
it?
this,
Who was it? Ay, who was it? Tío? Who was it?
she was my best friend in high school.
Oh,
Okay.
Pero me pagó con la mala moneda.
¿Cómo? What happened? Tell us a little bit
Just
about
a little
it.
bit, yeah.
Now,
side
since we're on
story,
this
side
topic.
story.
We were friends in high school, and we were really good friends. We were like best friends. We wouldn't like éramos uña y mugre. And out of nowhere, she stopped talking to me. I think she was jealous of me, jealous of my relationship I had with my parents, with my family, and things like that. Porque ella no tenía una relación con su familia. It was very
Oh.
like it was
Like a dry relationship.
Uh-huh. And this girl, she was like, I don't know, no sé qué onda con ella. I really don't know what happened. Like bad blood there. Like I don't know what I did.
¿Algo
to
le
her.
hiciste?
No hice nada.
Was
Did
she
you-
working with you there?
Yeah.
Oh,
She started
okay,
working
okay.
at the cakes, decorating
Ah.
cakes or whatever.
Did you ever ask?
No.
So you
Pero,
just let-
bueno, fast forward to like a few months later, she needed help with like a battery on her, for her car. She called me by accident, I think. And at that point, I was like, well, I think I'm ready to be friends with her again.
Bad choice.
Ajá,
Bad
yo
decision.
sí,
My kind heart.
soy muy, sí, you know what? I am a really good friend and I am very kind. Y creo que por eso he aprendido a no ser la persona así. Porque I lost like $100 like doing that. Like, le presté dinero para comprar una pila para su carro. I took her to the fucking AutoZone. I paid for the battery y todo y nunca me pagó. And after that, she stopped talking to me.
Again?
Ajá.
Well, maybe
And
because she
then-
owed you money. That's why she stopped talking
No,
to you.
espérate. Y luego después, fast forward to a few months later, she egged my car.
Someone egged my car. Jesus.
Wait, okay, let me tell you. This is
Espérate.
exactly what I mean by energies.
But before
If
that,
she
wait,
was
before
jealous
that,
of you, the way you
before,
say?
before she egged my car at work, she egged my car at my house and she wrote things on my car. Uh-huh. She wrote things on my car
Ugly
that
things?
Huh?
Ugly
Sí.
things?
Sí,
You
sí.
think it was like a brujería or like
don't
it was
know.
just like
Bueno, resulta que la prima es la abuelita con la señora que fui a que me leyera las cartas.
and you
Ajá.
didn't know when you went?
No, yeah, I knew.
you did?
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
okay,
she
okay.
was and everything. But yeah, can you guys imagine like
Dude,
so,
well,
so yo todavía de menso le fui a comprar la pila to make amends for something I didn't do. You know what I mean? I wasn't the
Right,
one who did anything to her for her to egg my car, to write things in my car. Y el día que hizo eso, my parents woke up early and they cleaned my car.
Ah.
Y I saw some eggshells in the floor and she's like, no, es
I
que
saw
quién
the
sabe qué."
evidence.
Ajá. And like I asked him, I was like, ¿por qué está limpio mi carro? ¿Quién sabe qué? And they're
So
like,
you
"No."
knew that it was egged?
No. I knew they had egged it. I think she said like, es que echaron huevos and
Oh,
which clean your car.
okay.
And I was like, okay, thank you. Y ya. So then I have this other friend. She didn't tell me until like years after that she was like, yeah, I knew she did that. And I was like, bitch, you never told me. She's like,
So you
"Eso-
didn't know who at the time.
You think-
and
I
then
didn't
you found
know,
out later
uh-huh.
that it
Sí.
If you knew then, would you have gone to get revenge?
through her own end?
I'm not gonna say if I did anything or not. No, de creas. No, nunca hice nada. And to the day, like I'm like, I still have like this feeling of telling her off or like being like, what did I do to ¿Qué te hice para
You
que tú
want
fueras
that
así
closure.
conmigo?
Right.
Ajá.
Well, sometimes we don't get
Bueno,
that closure.
Whatever. I don't care.
No,
Anyways,
because we need
so-
to talk about it.
Nah, this is not therapy.
So, anyway, what were we talking about?
The Botanica. So whenever I went to the Botanica with you for the first time, at this point I was already experiencing a lot of like energies. So whenever I went to school for massage therapy, I started exploring that route of ¿cómo se dice? Like not the spiritual, but
Spirituality.
like
pretty
but
much.
like energy wise.
Energy, vibes.
Y cuando
all that stuff.
fuimos, like I was like, dude, I feel some sort of way, like I feel heavy, like something's going on here.
Satanic
Y
black
estamos caminando y
magic.
todo, y la
Sick
Santa
shit.
Muerte y todo. And it's
Really?
yeah.
Sí,
It's,
pero mira, ahí tienen los dioses todos, o sea,
O sea, hay de todo.
sí hay de todo.
Sí.
Hay como
It
tienen la
depends what
Santa
you're looking
Muerte,
for.
tienen a la Virgen, tienen a los morenitos. Creo que es santería.
Lorraine.
Yo, this is my kind of tea. Tienen a Dios y a todos los santos. O sea, ahí es lo que creas. I
ver.
was going through like a really bad like episode in my life and I missed Blanca, you know? So I was like,
Having withdrawals.
ajá.
She was like,
No, y había pasado mucho
I need to
tiempo.
buy candles for $60.
So I was like, I missed Blanca. She would help me out a lot whenever. And then Blanca was always like, if I would send her a message asking for advice, as soon as I would send it, she would reach out to me. I was feeling a little lost. So I decided, kind of like really not seeing the door. Now I know why I feel this way, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, so
Starts crying.
so I went and I was like, what are all these people sitting here for? Oh, no, es que fui a agarrar una candle.
Uh-huh.
And then they said, mira, te las preparan and this, like whatever you want it for, they'll fix it up for you. So they just put little incense on it. And it's very inexpensive. So I was like, de aquí soy. So then I went and I asked the
costó?
girl, $10 or $4.
Okay,
And compared
for-
to 60,
for 10.
There was already a bargain, okay?
I'm good at that.
I'm just like,
Anyways.
begging.
And it's called, talk about desperate, huh? And then they were like, so I went and then I was talking to the lady. Le dije, okay, me la prepara, whatever. And she's like, ¿para qué la quieres? And I
Con
said,
clamato y cacahuate.
una miche. Y luego le dije, I was like, she's like, sí, ¿para qué la quieres? And I explained and I said, well, do you have any advice for me? And she said, yo no doy advice. Like, they
That's
get it
gonna-
from there.
That's going to cost you.
Ajá. For real. And then this is when it starts like, yo, pues, ¿cuánto o qué?
She's like, ¿cuánto
Lorraine,
qué?
Lorraine fixing her jaw.
I've heard of places like this.
So then I was like, okay, I went in there and then me esperé en la línea y todo y veía a todos salir y yo así como que, what's going on? Like, what are they doing in there?
Caliente o qué pedo?
So then it was my turn. And I talked to this lady, me tiró las cartas y todo. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't tell her anything. I did not tell her anything.
Just your first, ¿cómo se dice? Your first, like,
she asked me for my
o
full
sea,
name.
entraste y ¿qué pensaste?
What am I doing here?
But where do I sit?
¿Dónde me siento? ¿En
¿Dónde
dónde
pago?
empezamos?
¿Dónde
Y lo,
pago?
getting on my knees. Empiezas.
She's like, no, child, not right now. Eso es para el final. Eso es para el final.
Qué pendejo.
Bueno, continúa.
Anyway, so then I was like, ya me quedé así, and she just asked me for my full name. No, pendejo. For my full name and my date of birth. And that's it.
She's searching you over here on like freaking passport records.
On Google. I was going through a hard time. Obviously, you're there, and she said that I suffered from depression and anxiety, things like that. I was going through a hard time, so she hit me in a vulnerable spot, and I was honestly feeling at that time in my life, I was going through like something really emotional. And I couldn't, no había la salida, to be honest. So she hit it right on the spot. She said, ¿estás soltera? And I'm like, yes. Why?
Who wants to know?
And then she said that somebody had done something que me tenía alguien algo, and that that's why I couldn't find a partner and blah, blah, blah. Yo. Dude, honestly, I'm listening to her and I'm like, I just want to get out of here. At that time, since I was going through a hard time, it resonated with me.
Right.
And then I said, okay, so I guess, whatever. Then they start talking money. And it was because she's obviously there's a work she has to do,
Right.
limpias y todo. And then, and I was just like,
At $300.
yeah, dude, it was about.
¿Eso fue lo que pagaste?
No pagué. No pagué.
Si querías hacer el trabajo.
Sí,
Right?
sí quería hacer trabajo. And after, I was just like,
Get the
okay, sí,
fuck
claro,
outta here.
yo le llamo.
¿Cuánto pagaste for
Cuando
like,
los junte.
I guess for
To talk to
is
her?
it a consult?
$20.
$20?
So that's how they hook you. So
Yeah,
you go in
yeah.
there, it's only $20. And then once they say,
Sí.
okay, I can help you, but you're going to have to come up with a lot more than 20.
Aceptamos tarjetas, sketch
Cash.
y lenguazos.
Oh.
It's not that I don't believe. I do believe in stuff like that. I
Right.
just feel like, what harm have I ever done to anyone that anybody would be so
Yeah.
evil to put a hex
Something
on
you.
me?
So you.
Y yo.
Estúpido. No, so there's this lady who we used to live at some apartments.
Uh-huh.
They were like projects when I was little. Y esta señora le decían la nervios. Wait. My mom used to tell me she was a bruja.
Really?
Yes,
Las-
dude.
Ay,
And
con
she
Tara says she
hated
is
us.
nervios now.
Honestly.
La don nervios.
Wait, and my mom would tell me, cuidado con esa señora y no vayan para allá because she, I have a feeling, obviously you don't know this as you're little. I was like 5, 6, 7, that I
8,
lived
9,
there.
10, 11, 12.
Cállate. Y so this late, I don't know, looking back now, I don't know if she had the hots for my dad or something. And then, so le tenía mucho coraje a mi mamá y a nosotros.
Oh, okay.
Y una señora me paró, dude, out of the blue, this lady, and she told me she was a gypsy. And she told me, usted, mija, usted trae algo. Obviously, people will do this to you.
Uh-huh.
But what triggered for
somebody
you to come?
stop and
Yes.
tell you something.
And she
like
said,
that,
su mamá tiene muchos problemas con sus rodillas y sus manos.
which is true.
Which is true. And now mi mamá sufre mucho con sus rodillas. Like her knees are bone to bone.
Uh-huh.
Y sufre mucho. And she's like, come and see me. I can help you. But somebody has something on you.
And this was how many years ago?
I mean, years ago,
And you
like
never-
I just
You said, nah,
it-
Life was
I-
black and white.
yes, bueno, bonita la vida. I'm just kidding. Pero esa señora, la nervios came to mind.
because it's
Yeah,
been
and
a
I
long
was
time.
kind of like, and every time that somebody tells me something about her, that lady comes to mind, and
¿Y
that
por qué nada más a ti y a tus otras hermanas no?
pues
Well, maybe
maybe,
because
I don't
maybe because
know.
you were the youngest, you were like innocent.
Yeah,
The
and you know what
virgin.
that you know what I now I see it, and I'm like that lady. Even though she was a bitch, I was very vulnerable. Y esa lady nos regalaba dulces, dude. Es que, ¿sabe? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Pero pues every time that happens, that lady comes to mind, blah, blah, blah. And so when I went with this lady, ya dije, she came to mind, pero dije, you know what? I'm better than this. Like, I'm also very like, I believe that I could change my own mind pretty much. So I said, I'm not going to dwell into that. And I'm just going to focus on the good. Obviously, like God is my God. And I'm just going to pray about it and forget that went there. And I didn't buy anything from her, never again. And I focused a lot on my meditations. I started exercising and I came out of my own depression pretty much. And that was around like December. And, I was doing all that stuff for my nephew for Christmas, remember? I feel like that helped me out a lot too. But my life is very like, I deal with it a lot. Yeah.
But it was a good step that she was actually able to talk about it too and realize now that
Yeah.
because I don't think back then obviously she thought, oh, okay, like that's cool. But now she knows that what was I doing? And I mean
Right.
that's a big step already. So
Self-realization that you're a pendeja.
Yeah. Self-realization. Like you have an epiphany.
I wonder how much money she wasted.
That would be a
First of all-
good question
yeah,
to
maybe
ask.
she can send it in next
How many?
time.
How much? How much money? How
She
much
said
money she
thousands
wasted?
of dollars, no?
Yeah, she said thousands.
manches.
Yeah, but we don't know. I commend her for
too,
being
me
able
too.
to talk about it and for realizing now that she's in a different position, obviously, now that she's able to talk about it openly and say,
Right.
what the fuck was I doing?
And
I wonder if
maybe-
she's ever gonna
like,
come back.
maybe-
Go back.
Talking about
No,
it,
I don't
like,
think so.
has healed something in her.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why she decided to send it because it is a pretty like it is a strong subject to
Yeah.
speak on
Yeah.
because obviously you were a victim of your vulnerability and they took advantage of you.
hmm
And so it's a hard topic to speak on, but we appreciate her for sending us her
How old is she?
story.
Or was she when this happened?
When this happened?
She was for sure overage.
I think she was like in her mid-20s.
Yeah, probably.
She never thought about going to the cops after this? Like,
Those are good questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll follow up with
'Cause,
the
like,
monetary.
if it happened to her, I think he's not doing
yeah,
out
to
here like
others.
yeah.
And
I
this
mean,
was
but
years
it's
ago.
also-
Maybe this man's dead now, but
A lo mejor ya las pagó.
pero se ve bien mamado.
Estúpido. Ew.
Eres bien vacío. I wonder if she ever had to like.
Swallow?
ya se fueron a otro topic ustedes.
Okay.
O sea, ¿qué tanto? No, sí. Wow.
No, this is too much already. But if you guys have any questions, leave them down at the comments below or let us know what you think. Or if you have any stories where, you feel that you want to share with us, also send us a message. We're
Sí.
open to receiving. Yeah, honestly. Or if you guys have any stories of like clearing out a brujeria or something, I'm open to those type of stories too.
Thank you so much for watching. You guys can go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment to the video.
Follow me on social media, Lorraine.com.
Gus.Vasquez_.
And make sure to subscribe to our channel and also to our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. So
Yes.
you guys can keep up with the shenanigans that we have there. And if you have any stories, make sure to send them to ch23@gmail.com. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Tell me how to say the intro.
How do I say my name? How do I say my name? Just say that. Just, hey guys, this is Lorraine. Literally just say that.
Okay. Hi, Lorraine.